what is, you put up with this abuse every day, and you put up with being talked to like this all the time. And so her and I, like, we went through a lot, and she was a silent teacher. She didn't need to speak. She just would show me through her actions. And what's amazing is her soul taught me how to be that, like how to, you can teach through words, but you can also teach so much more powerfully through your aligned action. And I feel that her soul in this life and in this reincarnation, she went through this pain and she went through this abuse because she wanted to understand. And so the reason I share this with all of you is that as a soul, each of us on this planet, we are going through things because we want to understand. We want to understand others. So I may be like fine, like let's say there's a person, then she's just fine and dandy, everything's going great in her life, and she has a friend comes along who's abused and who is being messed with, and she's just like, what is wrong with her? Like, why does she tolerate this? Why is she going through that? And the friend's watching it, but she doesn't understand. And it's hard for her to even maybe have empathy or compassion because she doesn't get it. Well, that soul, maybe without even meaning to, will just be like, why is that happening? And what makes a person do that? And these questions we put out to the universe will then bring an experience and an opportunity for us to learn through experience. So a soul will choose its own journey of experience. And sometimes it's very dark, painful things because the soul wants to understand it. And then once it understands it, the big goal is that it will then remember itself, it will realize itself, and it will rise and ascend out of that darkness and out of that pain. It won't stay stuck there and feel like it's nothing. And so if you can think about how this is an animal mirroring this to us, but how many of us as humans have been here, or we've been maybe not in the abusive place or the fearful place, but we've been the one observing someone in that place and how they're showing us and mirroring things to us. And we don't have to always experience it personally. We can honestly learn a lot from observation. And I encourage you to just start paying attention through your observation, because that is a way that we can learn quickly. But some souls, it's like they need to learn by getting their butts kicked. Like some souls cannot understand that the stove is hot until they go touch it. And then they're like, ow, that burns. And now they learned. And so what helps me have compassion for all the clients I work with and even my family and friends is that if we can see them all as souls and we can love each other as this vast ocean of energy and we're all one, we can really have this compassion for each other and each other's journey. Why every soul is going through what it needs to go through to learn, and we don't have to judge it, but we can be there and offer support and compassion. We can offer our empathy and kind of encourage a soul to come back to self-realization, but without feeling like there's something wrong with them if they're on the journey and they're getting burned by the stove. I really learned that there's a perfection to the dance. And this dance of life it's everything that we need to learn is what we're going to draw to us. Everything that we need to have come to us so that we understand deeply, we will call to us. And so if we're really ready to start enjoying our life and celebrating life and not suffer, I encourage you to focus on that and focus on the magic and on the miracles and these synchronistic events like how I met Honey Girl. Like focus and look for the magic, ask for it, because sometimes our souls don't mean to, but we'll start looking at the darkness too long. We'll start questioning it. What's going on? Why is that happening? And why? And we'll get pulled into that energy. And it's okay to go there if the soul needs to, go for it. But if the day comes that you've been on a journey and it's been dark for a long time and you're needing more light, you're needing more high vibration, I encourage you to start calling that forth. I encourage you to start seeking that light and start focusing on it and calling that energy in and being that energy, like really embodying the light. Because I was talking in my Empowering the Empath workshop last night with the women that came, and I was like, we create through the word and we create through our expression. And there's the opportunity to be a white magician or a black magician. And I mean white and black, just meaning high vibration, light, high frequency, or low vibration, hate, fear, anger, sadness. And so when we're speaking with our word, we need to really watch what is the intention in the words that we're speaking? What is the intention in the thoughts that we are thinking? Because if our thoughts are dark and heavy and fearful, the words will come out matching that. And then the words will come out as black magic. We will start to create through our words. So if we really desire a more beautiful planet, a higher frequency experience, and a higher frequency planet where there's love and there's miracles and there's beauty, we need to be so aware of our thoughts and so aware of the spoken words, like what we're expressing to life, because we are co-creating new experiences through our word. And so really think about that. Like if you're, I had an experience where I was with a woman and she's very psychic and she has psychic experiences. And honestly, every one of us has the ability to have psychic experiences. I just want to put that out there because we all are connected to the ocean. We are all the soul. The big essence is our connection. So the ones who have psychic premonitions and psychic experiences more often are just tuning in more often. They're more open and receptive. It does not make them any more powerful than the ones that are not as tuned in. It's just they're tuning in. Now, here's the difference of what we do when we have those connections. Someone with black magic will tune in and get like a psychic vision, and they will affirm that this is the end all, like this is what's going to happen, and the world is going to end, or this person's going to die. I saw it and I know it. And so they'll start speaking it, and they're thinking these thoughts, they're speaking these things. Then people around them will start to hear those things. And if it's fearful, they'll go, oh my God, the world is going to end. And they'll start thinking those thoughts, they'll start speaking them, and they start co-creating these experiences together. And this is something to pay attention to because this is the black magic. And sometimes we don't even mean to be playing with black magic, but we are because we're speaking from fear and we're speaking from lack. And we're dropping seeds of consciousness of that low vibration into those around us. And next thing we know, this person is sick. And they're like, oh God, the psychic said I was going to be sick. And now I am sick. And now we co-create together. And so really, that person who is sick or not sick chooses to give their power away or not. And so this is where a lot of people, like, they go to the doctor and the doctor's like, oh, you got this long to live. If they believe it, that happens. But if they say, you know what, no way, like, I am going to freaking live. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm out of here and I'm going to go remember what made me happy. And you read about these stories. These people just, they take their power back and they start to really examine their lives and they start focusing on what makes them happy. Boom, they heal themselves of cancer or whatever. So the reason, whoa, car wreck.
Yeah.
So the reason I say that.
Hey, talk to Maya.
Oh, is she calling in?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so let's take a little break and we'll talk to Maya and then I'll get back on that.
Go check the rest.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you? You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. So good to hear from you.
Yeah. Is this your artwork in the background? You said you do artwork.
Actually, that's just a tapestry in the background, but I have a lot of artwork all over my house, so I'll have to show you sometime. You can go to my art website and see a lot of it, but you'll have to come visit, and then you can see Honey Girl, and you can see all the art that way.
Yeah. We'll have to take a trip up there. Tanya was unable to be here. She's out picking up, actually, Honey Girl's best friend, Alfie. He's been at remember that poor little guy that, yeah, he came running out and he had, oh, you remember, anyway, it was awful. So that was the Humane Society really messed up and he's been in the hospital the whole time. So she's picking him up today.
Oh,
so
I will send him more love.
Yeah. I've been sending him remote frequencies with my biofeedback healing device, which is how we got him, because he was doing terrible before that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you are.
Yeah, so is Honey still asleep?
Yeah, she's actually, do you want me to show you her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sitting right by my legs. Hold on just a second. Come here, baby.
Come here, doggy.
Oh, it's going to be awkward to pick you up. She's not tiny.
Oh,
So here she is.
cute. That's such
There
a
she
cute
is.
one.
Oh my God. Honey girl. Oh my God. Look at those beautiful, beautiful, deep eyes. Hi, honey girl.
I love her eyes. She hears you.
I know she does. Honey girl. Hi, honey.
That voice?
How you doing, sweetie? A voice from Melanie. Hi, honey girl. Hi, girl. She's checking
So
it
cute.
out.
She's just like tuning in, like, who is that? I hear her. I recognize that voice.
Yeah. So how is she doing? I mean, she's so intelligent. Usually she's checking absolutely everything out in the house, like
She
everywhere.
is. I'm gonna let her sit down now. She's kind of like, okay, that's awkward. She's doing really good. Like actually, last night.
Yeah.
Say
Did
hi?
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's sitting right by my legs. Hold on just a second. Come here.
Picture.
That's such a cute dog.
She's not tiny. So here she is.
There she is. Oh my God. Honey girl. Oh my God. Look at those beautiful, beautiful, deep eyes. Hi, honey girl.
I love her eyes. She hears you.
I know she does. Honey girl. Hi, honey.
That voice?
How you doing, sweetie? A voice from Melanie. Hi, honey girl. Hi, girl. She's checking
So
it
cute.
out.
She's just like tuning in, like, who is that? I hear her. I recognize that voice.
Yeah. So how is she doing? I mean, she's so intelligent. Usually she's checking absolutely everything out in the house, like everywhere.
She is. I'm gonna let her sit down now. She's kind of like, okay, that's awkward. She's doing really good. Like actually, last night, our Empowering the Empath workshop, she came and sat on the couch next to me, and she was sitting there the whole class and just listening. And it was funny because I would be saying something, and she would just like sit up, and she'd just kind of look like out, and then her eyebrows would kind of like wrinkle, like she was thinking about what I was saying. And it was so funny because one of the girls, Allie, that was in the workshop, she was like, I swear to God, that dog is listening to you. And when you talk, Tanya, her head is like in deep thought about what you're saying. And then she said that, like, she was looking in her eyes and she's like, she just seems like I'm looking at a person, not a dog. So it was really cool to see how some of these empathic souls that were in the workshop were really tuning into her and were like, there's more going on here than just a dog, you know? Are you talking? She's talking. She's under the bed like,
Yeah, but the saying, an old soul, I mean, that doesn't even do justice for that girl. She's
ancient.
Yeah, she's so ancient. I think you may remember that I told Tanya, I said, if we don't find who this animal belongs to, we're keeping her to protect her because she's such a jewel.
Yes, she is. She's very, very intelligent.
Yeah, I want to thank you I didn't realize just the work that you do. I tuned in to watch your work and to see what you do in service for the divine. And I really want to thank you for your courage to do what you do. It's like I think I told you I apprenticed with medicine women like 30 years ago. And 30 years ago, it's like, oh my God, for speaking the way you do right now, we were practically stoned.
Yeah.
So I think some of us who have been doing this a long time and living, I would say as spirit in body, consciously aware, we're still sort of like keeping a low profile, and then so I really appreciate, the courage and you're so confident and you're channeling so much love. You're so pure. And I just really, really, really appreciate the work that you do. I can imagine how many people you help and you touch. And I look forward to working with you, Tanya.
Thank you, Maya, and I really appreciate that. I'm very honored. And I agree with what you're saying. Like there's so many of the women that I'm working with, they've got so much past cellular memory